Many people ask me to do some theories that I don't have a lot of evidence or substance for. So for today's episode, I will be covering several theories into one. Hello and welcome back, YouTubers, to another episode of Pokemon Theories, the show where 9 out of 10 doctors agree Professor Oak isn't really a professor and going to the gym doesn't mean pumping iron. 1. Beginning with Red being related to Ash, or Red being in the same universe. Let's just begin by saying they are two different things. Games are not the same as the anime. But Proto! You use the games all the time! But Proto! Red and Ash are from Pallet Town! But Proto! Red and Ash wear hats! Right. Of course, comments. You are correct as always. And yet, there is no significant tying evidence to prove that Red or Ash are in any way, shape, or form the same. So Red is Ash's father. No, upon arrival to his first city, Ash calls his mother. And his mother states that it took his father 5 days to reach the same place. In Pokemon Origins, Red's journey took less than 2 days in total. Theory debunked. Red is in the same town as Ash in Pallet Town, and the towns are drastically different in the anime than they are in the games. The journey to Viridian City is way different in the anime than the games. Even in Pokemon Yellow, the differences are huge. There is no river, not nearly as long, and definitely different towns. Theory debunked. Red is in the same universe as Ash. This could possibly be one of the closest theories to being true. Sadly, though, it is not. This can be seen with the start of both games, Pokemon Origins and the anime. Red and Ash are watching the same show on TV. Some kind of battle between two trainers show a Nidorino and a Gengar battling. This shows that they are clearly watching the same battle and yet are clearly in two distinctly different universes. Theory debunked. Overall, there is very little evidence to support that Red is in any way related to Ash, no matter how much fan service it gets. Next, the Lavender Town Syndrome. Some time ago, a creepypasta started circulating that the song of Lavender Town has a higher pitch that only children can hear and causes them to commit suicide. First of all, this is a creepypasta writer's dream. This not only plays on the sense that it's dark and eerie, but involves children. And what better place than Lavender Town, the place that involves death. But Proto, I saw a video showing the ghost and the audio of the Lavender Town song. Yes, this is true, comment section. But we all know the amazing uses of computers, now don't we? Photoshop does exist, my friends. As for the high-pitched tones, there are frequencies that the human ear can hear younger than when older. In fact, there are videos on YouTube that let you test the age of your hearing. Aging causes hearing to diminish greatly. On top of that, even if the game was released with audio that might cause this, Nintendo would immediately recall all the copies. Mass child suicides isn't the best publicity after all. Children have since then listened to the music and no ensuing suicides have come of it. Theory debunked. Finally, I'll be addressing the theories White Hand buried alive in Red and Blue and the Ghost Girl in X and Y. White Hand was another creepypasta that started circulating a while ago amongst the internet. I gotta tell you, being a child of the 90s, I saw a lot of bullcrap with games, like Mew, Under the Truck, the Poke Gods, and yeah, Peekaboo. This all on the internet, and without much verification, people were more inclined to try them. Nowadays, with YouTube, these rumors were disproven pretty quickly. Why did I tell you all this? Because I never once heard about White Hand until a few years ago. Usually, new rumors about old games are untrue. The basic story is White Hand comes originally from a girl in the town that asks Red if he believes in ghosts, and when he says no, she comments about the White Hand being on his shoulder. Clearly a joke, but seriously, ghost Pokemon exist, so I really don't get why it would be funny. This evolved in a character known as White Hand, being the boss of Lavender Town. And upon losing to him, the player would receive a game over. It would display Red being dragged to the grave by a very dead person. The gist of it is the sprite and the boss fight were removed by Nintendo, and that is why this is, quote, true. This is probably the most ridiculous and silly theories out there. Firstly, the buried alive man was to have 4 Pokemon, Muck, Gengar, and 2 White Hands. The boss fight was removed by Nintendo and replaced with Cubone's mother, which fits the whole storyline much better than what Buried Alive would have. The boss fight was programmed but never finished. Again, this is all creative programming from hackers and modders. Let's assume all this to be true. Do you seriously think Nintendo, the company that is known for family-friendly gaming with little reference to religion, death, yes, I know it's in the Pokemon Tower, and nudity and swearing would allow for this to be programmed? More than likely, this was true at one point in time in the pre-alpha stage, considering the manga was much darker. But when viewed on YouTube, the boss battle seems very orchestrated. If you want to see it, just look it up for yourself. It is very unconvincing, considering White Hand isn't even a Pokemon. So for me, theory debunked. This was never intended to be a final boss for Lavender Tower. And finally, the Ghost Girl of X and Y. What should I say about this? Upon exiting the elevator in an office in Luminosity City, the game freezes, and a ghost woman that looks like a hex maniac glides across and says, "You're not alone." Okay, creepy as hell, Nintendo. What is this fascination that Nintendo has with creeping out people? Look, Pokemaniacs, many of you say that this has to do with her looking for a lover or a friend or something. But there's no evidence to show anything here. If you bring a Rodham on Tuesday, supposedly you get a rare candy. So there's that, I guess. Not enough evidence to prove theory or not. And, as a bonus for you fans that watch the end, the hedge maze theory in the Perfume Palace. The garden patterns were Pokemon shaped and actually had significance. Pyroar symbolizes royalty, and Chandelier, which symbolizes wealth. The castle's original owner was the Pokemon world's equivalent to Louis XIV of France, who is often referred to as the Sun King. Solrock. To speculate at the last one, I would personally say it's Bastiodon, which would represent the castle walls. Considering Pokemon occurs in the real world, that would make this fairly accurate. So these are a few theories that are not big enough to cover in an episode on their own, or do not have enough evidence to prove by themselves. I wanted to cover many of them, and many more, and some not so much. Thanks for watching, Pokemaniacs. Please remember to like and share my theories. Don't agree with my theories? Leave your own opinions in the section below. Or leave your own theory, and I may cover it. Just be sure to check my Pokemon Theory playlist because I have covered over 60 theories already. I have been your host, Protomario. And remember guys, happy gaming. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. And now, time for a service announcement from the Maverick Army. Tired of the norm? Is it time for a revolution? Join the rebellion and become a Maverick today by subscribing to Protomario. Remember, together, we can create a new world order of gaming. Mavericks unite. Please note that in all my videos, if I use images from Google, that I do not own any of those images, and all images obtained from Google are owned by their respective owners and copyrights. So please remember this when watching my Pokemon theories. Thanks.